Oh, hey, there you are. You're in my refrigerator. Hey, so here, let's get this chicken in there. I was just thinking. Oh, about for about 2 days now. So told a story, made a video for myself because I wanted to tell that story. Thought about, hey, short stories kind of suck, and so I made a story about a short story. Then it kind of occurred to me. So I took British A levels in high school. You might ask yourself, well, what part of England are you from? And I'd say your nan's house. Your nan's house. Yeah, I'm not from England. We had a Cambridge outreach program or something in the hood that I grew up in. Um, so in that time, like, I don't even remember the point of the tests. Because we had to take the GSE whatever elemental P tests, and I think I only received like 2 A stars, which if you don't know what an A star is, this will be completely irrelevant to you. It's like the ultra A plus, so it's like the ubermensch of A pluses. I probably shouldn't say that, but whatever. And so I got two ubermensch of A pluses in my time, and both were in the English sections, so the writing specifically. So 2 years I got A stars. I don't really remember what I wrote the first year when I got an A star, and again, I don't remember what A stars do. I have no idea. And so so the here's your first talking point. Here's your listening assignment. Um, this video is about how artificial intelligence and current modern reading writing stuff could never achieve this outcome that I'm about to tell you about, of which I received an A star on a paper, and I'm very proud of that. 90 years after it happened. So if these tests are like, it's like you have to go into they have like guards in the room. When you take these tests, like, there's several staff members who have to like guard the room and check for like cell phones and stuff like that. It's like it's the craziest freaking thing. I don't even know if that's the right way to do it, but that's the way my school did it. Is there'd be like one teacher and then four monitors who just act like guards. And the idea is, like, if you reach under the table, if you do anything even slightly weird, they're all up on you, like they're looking at you and stuff. So this is writing, and I was in high school and I didn't really give a fuck. So I'm just gonna write some shit down. Like, I don't. How am I going to cheat? This is before the invention of horseshit Claude giving you the answers of write this way and use the word genuinely too much, and you use the Oxford comma and M dashes, which if you write properly, then your resume gets rejected 50 fucking times. Anyways, so I remember, like, there was like a first section, a second section, and then there was like the last section. Very vague, but I remember the prompt. And the point of the video is to talk about how AI and modern teaching and modern political stuff could never come to this outcome to achieve a 100% score. I received a 100% score in this paper that I wrote. And there was two people who got A stars in my collection of 50 to 80 people. I don't remember. It was a lot. It was a lot. I'd say about 20% of my senior class was in this program. But anyways, here was the prompt. Discuss why colonialism in India was good or bad. Discuss. Keep in mind, I was a pliable 18, 19-year-old kid and had no concept how colonialism was really all that bad, because I was 17 and I didn't give a shit. And so they give us these two opinion sections. One had like um, three or four people discussing, and the other had like two. And the three or four people discussing section was the colonialism is the worst thing that has ever happened to India ever. It is terrible. It's akin to a genocide. All these terrible, awful things have happened to us. Actually, we deserve reparations for what happened to us. Colonial and basically it was, and I'm not trying to like funny this up. I'm actually trying to be very serious about this, but I tell you this as I'm laughing. It was seething emotional horse shit. There was no facts. There was no this happened, that happened. There was no historically valid anythings to this, to my recollection. Just reading it real quick to write a paper. It was basically just like the seething virgin of they came into our land and they took some shit. Okay, so what did the benefits look like? And so I was turning to the benefits section, and the first person's like this well, it's listed. I don't know. I didn't have Wikipedia. They tell me that this is like this highly regarded professor from like Oxford or something. It's like, and they are Indian. That's very important that they mentioned. They are from India. And it says, yeah, no, like 99% of the modern things in India are directly from colonialism, which, albeit was brutal and had these negative, and listed the actual negative historical things. They basically wrote the paper for me in their opinion piece. I was like, okay. It's like, yeah, no, railways and things like that. And then the second person of the argument that colonialism was and like a net benefit was, they just straight up said, look at how stagnant progress has been in India since England has been removed. Like, just point blank said that. Like out of context, this would be like some sort of like white supremacist shit, right? In modern standards. So imagine, if you will, today you go to OpenAI and Anthropic, Claude, one of these things, and was like, yeah, no, tell me what colonialism was good. I'm sorry, I can't assist with that request. That is very hurtful. No, come on. There's no critical thinking because the underlying tone of it is racism, and the human mind, hopefully, I don't know. I don't talk to many people who can do this, but the human mind can process that there can be a net from a bad situation. There could be a net positive. And I wrote this paper. I was a kid. I didn't really give a shit. I was just like, well, the second guy pretty much wrote the paper for me. So I'll just like go based off of there, and then I'll write in the paper that of the opinions presented to me, this is the only person who seems to be providing any historical evidence. And so, thank you, Chad, Indian doctor, for basically just making the paper easy for me. And I was told in confidence after, when it was given the grade, that two people said colonialism was a net good. Everyone else said colonialism was a net bad. And I said, oh, two people. I was like, and two people got A stars? My teacher goes, yes. Two people wrote differently and two people got A stars. And I was like, okay, I'm picking it up. So apparently there was like some sort of like herd mentality that evil racism was terrible for India and no positive things could have come from it. This is something that the modern mind cannot comprehend. Because we have like this victimhood Olympics almost, where colonialism, racism, all these things just automatically diminish things. There's nuance to evil, all right? There's like look at an anti-hero, look at a sympathetic villain. There's nuance to bad things. Sometimes some net good can come from it. It's the only parallel that I can really bring, and it's not even a very good parallel, I'll be honest with you. The only parallel I can bring to the over-rotation of victimhood here is people who are approximately my age looking at the American economy going, oh, God, we can never afford anything that our parents bought. And it's like, yeah, but 4 generations ago, you were living in a hut on land you didn't own, working for practically $0, and the people across the pond from you are literal slaves. So, like, we're all getting fucked here. Like, we talk about the 1%, bro. The 1%, the oligarchs of the past owned everything, and you owned nothing, literally nothing. So the fact that I have clean water that I can just go drink right now, that I can take a shower, that I have fucking electricity. Yeah, there's some net positives from living in this fucking tiny little cardboard box where I can touch both walls of my apartment. And it costs me, well, I would say it costs me more than I make a month. That's pretty easy to do when you don't have a job because you live in a terrible economy. But it's not really that big of a deal. It's not really that big of a deal. It's not really a big deal because it'll get better. Because I know it will get better because historically things always get better. There will always be a positive if you're looking for a positive. And kind of the point of the rant is if I chucked something even remotely perceived as white supremacy or racist into AI. And that's what modern kids are going to be asked questions like that. There's going to be tests about slavery in America and, did anything positive come from it and things like that. And they're just going to all return the same answers of no, slavery is unforgivable. I'm not even going to get into the topic because I have no evidence. But I'm telling you right now that no one will critically think of these terrible things that happened and think, did anything positive come from it? And if we're to pick at the terrible world event that happened in Germany in the 30s and 40s, are we... It's just an automatic no. We are not going to think of anything positive that ever happened in that country during that time period. We are not going to think about any, imprisoned theologians who taught amazing theories on love. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to think about the guy who owned a factory and helped a lot of people escape. That's not a good thing that happened during that. And everything that happened during that period of time was terrible and evil. I am AI, and I will tell you this, that no critical thinking. Do not think critically of this period of time. Nothing good happened during this period of time. Everything was terrible. Come on, man. There are positives. There's good in evil sometimes. You just have to think critically of it. And with the way modern AI is, the way that the modern thinking is, the way that we have our political sensibilities, it's good evil. There's no gray. There's no finding good and evil. There's no finding evil and good either. I live in a country with a 2-party system. It's a 1-party system. Since Jimmy Carter, it's been the same shit. Every single person, same shit. If you don't, if you don't think so, read critically. 1-party system. Anyways. Your assignment is to go into ChatGPT and ask it to do something even moderately racist and watch as it BTFOs you. There you go. That's your homework.